Remember the State of the Union last January when President Barack Obama boasted of growth in the stock market and corporate profits?
2 years after the worst recession most of us have ever known, the stock market has come roaring back. Corporate profits are up. The economy is growing again.
Unemployment in January of 2011 was 9.0. One would think that with stocks going up and corporate profits high, that number would go down. Well, unemployment is now up to 9.1%. It seems unusual. Why aren't companies hiring?
I think you have a huge amount of uncertainty in the market right now. Companies are hoarding cash because they don't know what the regulatory environment's going to be like 6 months or a year or 2 years from now, and they don't know what the tax environment's going to be like. You hear the president time and time again railing against things like corporate jets and saying that we need to tax them more. Well, corporations don't really pay taxes. Consumers pay taxes. Corporations are just a pass-through. If they're looking at a cash flow situation, they need to have an abundant source of capital in the bank as a hedge against future tax increases.
During the administration of George W. Bush, unemployment was under 5% for much of the time. His critics said those jobs were menial. Yet, during the Obama years, the biggest growth in hiring has come from McDonald's.
People are purchasing smaller dollar items. So companies like McDonald's are doing well, and the higher end establishments are not doing as well. So McDonald's bottom line has increased, and as that has increased, they've been able to bring on more employees.
General Electric has ranked as one of America's premier companies for several decades, yet it hasn't been hiring a lot of Americans of late.
A lot of big corporations are now afraid of Obama, and they're playing a very interesting game. GE's CEO, Jeff Immelt, has been criticizing companies for not hiring within America's borders. But that's funny because GE has 30,000 less American workers than it did 10 years ago.
We are poised for progress.
Maybe next year Obama's speechwriters will be a little bit more careful about proclaiming economic recovery during the State of the Union address. Reporting from Washington, Frank McCaffrey.